Shimon Nemec has a goal in mind heading into this prospect challenge as well as the Devils' main training camp. He wants to make the NHL roster.
Yeah, that's my goal. I'll try to make a team, and yeah, it's good. It's good to play a couple games before main camp.
Nemec's first year with Utica was a transformative one. Not only did he tackle learning the North American game, but also life in North America.
I improved my defensive game, penalty kills, and because like I didn't play penalty kills before, but last year I played more than power plays, and yeah, I think I find my way now. We did a lot of videos and this stuff. Sometimes they didn't put me on the power play because they wanted me focusing on defensive zone and penalty kills and this stuff.
You'll note too from a lot of his interviews, his English is far better, and he tells us exactly why.
Because I didn't have some Czech or Slovak guy in Utica.
Utica head coach Kevin Dineen has been nothing but impressed with the second overall pick. Nemec has adapted nicely to life in Utica, and that maturity is part of the reason why he gave him a letter on his jersey.
I just think by his performance and his maturity last year, he's a kid that came from overseas, got his own apartment, went out and bought a car, you know. I mean, hey, I've got 18-year-olds that don't, you know, could beat up on them a little bit, and we always do, and that's what I always say. That's what I really enjoy is just working with these young players, and just the growth we saw and the maturity that he showed at such a young age. We felt like putting a letter on him. It was an appropriate choice.
Yeah, I think I should be leader in this team. I think I show it in a game, and yeah. I felt pretty good.
What's next for Shimon remains in his hands. He's off to a good start in this first game of the Prospects Challenge, but a few weeks to go until that opening night roster is announced for the NHL team. And of course, he's hoping his name might be on there. But one thing we do know about him is he's constantly improving, and wherever he ends up, he's going to be a difference maker.
My feeling is, okay, what are we looking at? Are we looking at the next 6 to 8 months, or am I looking at the next 10 to 15 years? So I'm not worried about when it happens. I know it's going to happen just because he's such a dedicated, talented kid. But there's always steps, and I think in the NHL now, we do put players into responsible positions much earlier than we have in the past. But these kind of learning curves and this growth is always important. So it's an exciting time for him, and certainly for us organizationally, we know we have a special player.
For Devils Now, I'm Amanda Stein.